some people here are paying money, hefty amounts to music producers right now.
Bro,
What would
they should.
focus? I'm getting somewhere.
What like? What did Chante get no?
I'm getting somewhere. How would you describe the money that's flowing in the music industry right now? Is it affecting the music producers as we think it is?
Oh, of course.
Mm.
Bro, there's just a bigger pool, right? Like we can just do things better. It's like when you see a Hollywood movie and you see that they use $200 million, right, to shoot a movie, but then that thing makes $1 billion in a weekend, right? So the more resources you have, the better you can. The quality, bro. You listen to the quality of our sounds now, like just as recent as like 2014, right? Listen to the quality of the production and the mix. Let me not even say, let's say the technical quality of the music that we're making in 2014 compared to what we're doing in 2022 is worlds apart, right? So, and that's because like we have access to better gear, better everything, better training, better. So like with more investment, it just helps to make things. And as Nigerians, bro, we don't sleep, we don't play. Give us small thing like this, what we'll do with it. Understand? So yeah, like it's been a good thing. This is a very good time.
Yeah.
This is a good time to be here.
Thank you very much for that. It's very simple, but I like where you took it. Guys, I made a very slight error the other time. So it's not Breed for It Summit, it's Breed for It Verse 2.0. My next question is going to Osage Alunge. You and Reminisce were talking before we went on our break, talking about like how people like to focus on certain streaming platforms and exclude the other ones. A lot of it has to do with the fact that we don't have a bull chatting system. That's what it is. And some people are trying to do it, but it feels like the amount of support that we're gathering from the industry is not exactly what it is. It's a problem because everybody we try to work in silos. How would you evaluate that in terms of building structures like a streaming platform? I mean, a chatting system.
That's a very good question. I think the first thing to do is you have like a couple of young people, trying to build something.
Shout out to Jay-Z.
Shout out to Turntable Chats and co, the good guys there. But I think, while they are doing that, I think I'll take a two-pronged approach. And the first approach is you have to educate people why it is important to actually build a chatting system. Everything is driven by, everything right now is driven by money or the outcome of money. What do I stand to gain? If I put my time and effort in this thing, is money coming out? And that's so everybody's, motivated by the outcome. And most times people are optimized for finances, right? So if you kind of, re-educate people about the importance of having a chatting system and the long-term approach, or the long-term, benefits of having a chatting system, you would have a buying of more people. And you even have like pseudo ambassadors, people who are driving it and are contributing to it and are promoting it, right? So that's the first thing. I think the second thing is you also have to have the musical institutions and the right. So the national orientation, Nigerian National Orientation Body, COSON, EMPAN, and the other bodies. don't mind Rem. So all these guys need to come together, right, and have some sort of conversation, and then agree, right, and then write a white paper. This is what usually happens in other industries. If you want to have a new sort of payment processing plan or how Bitcoin was even adopted, you write a white paper describing it and explaining the process, and everybody then starts to adopt it. So it goes beyond just, creating it. First, you have to educate people, then bring all the stakeholders in.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that.
I have something to say.
Oh, yeah, you can contribute.
I agree with Osage, but everything he said is secondary.
Okay.
The primary thing is, first off, let me talk for myself. Me, I don't recognize any chatting system because these guys have their fan bases or they have whatever cultist groups to go and hijack the whole thing and manipulate it. So I don't recognize any chatting, whatever, right now, going on right now. We all know what I'm talking about here.
Dream farming.
You understand? We all know what I'm talking about here. They hijack the whole thing and, somebody, hijacks it, pays, Secondly, what Osage said there, the guys he mentioned, the co-stars, they need to fix, you understand? We need to fix ourselves first, you understand? I say this all the time that we as Nigerians, we try to shy away from what we forget that our society, what affects us in society, will reflect on every sphere of our lives. You understand? This whole civil service, whatever that we condemn online, is affecting our music right now.
Absolutely.
That's why we can't figure out the charting system. You understand? We have a genre that is booming
That's a
globally.
fantastic point. That's a
We can't even
fantastic point.
figure out the charting system because we don't carry civil service center. As young as we are, you understand? We can't still figure stuff out. We can't figure it. Collecting society, we can't figure it. I have to say this. You're calling now. Collecting society can't fix this. Fight. Yeah. Young people are working to fix everything. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. Like, so how long will it take to, we can't even, look what we're talking about. We're talking about a genre that is, you understand?
Making
And
millions
we
of
can't
dollars
even,
globally.
we can't even figure out how to chat.
For
You
context.
understand? Folks are
Yeah.
like, we can't figure out how to chat.
So the main problem, right, is, and it's affecting every other industry, save for like maybe the finance industry, right, is the infrastructure is bad. So if Reminisce's music plays on a radio station in Nasarawa, right, he has no idea if it has played or not. There's no...
Except they tweet. Maybe they tweet. Maybe
Yeah,
they have,
they-
maybe the
and-
station has
yeah.
Twitter. and
Can
I'm
I
like,
jump in here?
Yeah.
So there are companies that monitor like that. So
Which company, please?
Turntable, for example, tracks. So there's a company called Radio Monitor. It's not as large as possible, right? But if your song, so there's also another body that tracks music where it's played across radio, the number of times it's getting played, and measures the amount of audience you gain on particular radio stations across the country. So when they are measuring some of those things, the amount of impressions, you also see it. But the problem is,
What fan base do they work for?
So and it's a
That's a
it's
very good.
valid-
That's a very
it's
that's a
valid-
valid.
We all know what I'm
it's
talking
a,
about
it's
here.
a
Valid
valid
objection.
it's valid feedback because, like, from Rem's perspective now, he feels like, some of the people curating this music have certain biases towards
Certain other people.
certain artists, and to be very honest, these are new age artists. So I would say the 5th and 6th generation Afrobeat artists, right? And so he has his thoughts and his feelings are very valid.
That's a very fantastic one. Foza, I was going to go to Excel before, but I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to you. You are going to contribute to this. So we are talking about some of these problems, but it's also because someone proposed something fantastic to me some years ago. Fantastic idea in the sense that we have a structure, but we need to crown it with kings and operators in a revolving door. So that means you elect certain people into a body. They manage some elements in the industry. That includes like lobbying, laws, reforms, and some of these other things. And then after 4 years, they get elected out. A new body comes in, right? Is it possible to build something like that? And is it even going to work?
So, from someone that is in the trenches right now trying to figure that
Grind.
out,
Yeah.
like Reminisce said, it's a reflection of our society, and it's a reflection of baby boomer generation. It's really
Shots fired.
Their generation is hold it till it crumbles. There's no succession plan with them. So when someone comes in and says, "Oh, this thing you're doing is fantastic," yeah, we know you suffered. I mean, I'm building a business now, and I know the suffer I'm suffering. And if you come in and want to put money in my business, I will explain the history to you.
Is this one to Kosa? Is this Kosa you're talking about?
So, like, I'm politically correct this year. Reminisce, I'm trying to raise money. So, if you're coming, but the difference for me is that if you come to me and say, "I'm going to give you $100 million, and you're going to reduce your shares to 10%, and you're going to manage for 10 years," I would take a deal like that, because I'm no longer in the mentality of, first, I have to be the first to do it, because they don't give a word for that. 2, I have to die with it, like, I want to be a CEO. Because when people stay on that mountain for so long, a lot of things suffer, which is what is wrong with a lot of our institutions. The fact that there's no succession plan, and music is no exemption. We've tried it. And a lot of these institutions that we have, the MCS and the COSON, they done grant. COSON has like 4,000 something members that down to Nasarawa and Taraba that some of us have never been to. They have chapters in there. Now, if you come in and say you want to build another collecting society, you first have to, according to what the law provides, you have to do that work.
360.
So the question is, why do you want to do that work at that time when you can just come in and say, which, like you said, a revolving door, which is, okay, let's handle this part, let this person handle this part, let's handle this part. Right now, there's so much, it's so exhausting because we have so many goodwill people that have tried, come like, yo, let's fix this thing. But it's just a fight you're just looking at. It makes no sense. And it's the baby boomer generation. I'm sorry. It's a societal problem. It's just like, even when you're doing normal business with them, they cheat you. You're trying to close these deals that we're doing, these advanced deals. We tell them we're going to give you $100,000. You know, you're supposed to spend increase your catalog. These niggas.
Continue.
Sorry. These people go out. They I've seen people where we finished the 100,000 deal today. 2 days later, they're coming. What are they doing? What do you mean, what are they doing? They've given you the money to go and do the work, you know, and they make it the same behavior they bring is so problematic that it's also affecting some things. So, yes, and which is when I said publishing in the next 7 to 8 years, what's happening now is all the biggest songs that we have right now, the pension, publishing is pension.
Yeah.
The pension doesn't sit in the continent.
No, it doesn't.
All the money is either with PRS or BMI or SACE.
Yeah.
And it's even, I've had conversations with, you know, the French embassy, with the British embassy, the American embassy. And, you know, the people from Nigeria come and ask me, what can the government come and do? What can the government come and do? Now, I've stopped saying, because they come in and say, oh, they want to give you, someone was telling me we have 100 million to give the industry. I'm like, bro, 100 million cannot even do one album. What
In
you
return,
saying,
in return for what?
it's like, I said, take that money, which is what...
It's never free. They want some back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like the British embassy gets it, even though we know, you know, they get it. They've been doing a lot of training.
Yeah, they have.
You know, we've
And the
spoken
French
to-
embassy as
Yeah,
well.
the French people, and a lot of this is, I'm one of those Pan-Africanist people, right? And I worry a lot because when I see the foreigners coming, you know, I've been blacklisted in some places. See, let me tell you. Imagine you are writing the history of this Afrobeat we are talking about, and because a foreigner sponsored that thing, right? That storytelling, they come back to say, remove this person,
Yeah.
this girl, because this girl is saying this thing you are doing is going to affect the whole industry. So I took the heat for it, right? And they came and told, remove this person from this story. They can do that because they have the power to do that.
They have the money.
And that's how they write our stories and control. So now all the big songs, it worries me. Every day I wake up, I sleep, I say, now I cannot even tell my child that you go and sing, do music. I say go and do NFT or something, you know. But so and it's worse. And it's publishing. We have the merchandise industry, which is tied to agric. The agric industry has to figure out textile so that merchandise can work, you know. And it's just like in all side. So for me, it's like our generation. Next year is election.
Yeah.
Our industry has so much power.
Yeah.
And this lobbying you're talking about, we have 321 senators, House of Rep and all that. There's nobody in there that understands how to make money from IP. So they cannot prioritize the laws that makes... At this point in our life, why is it that we don't have an IP court?
That makes sense.
Foza,
Do you know?
do you know the mistake you're making? I'm sorry to cut you short. You think these guys are not smart. You think they're not intelligent. I want to tell you that none of us here has half what these guys have. These guys had. They know what they're doing.
Yes, but see, that's
Trust
what I
me,
say is the
they
culture
know
thing. Like,
exactly
they don't want the
what
succession.
they are doing.